DearPiggy's JavaScript tutorials. So we are back at lesson 3, and after going over everything and compiling it, I realized that there was honestly only one video that you guys really needed for this week. So basically in this video, we're going to be talking about events. So in this video, we're going to learn how to click a button and have it print something out, and also use another library where we can display the date. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Go to Replit, and in our last videos, we learned how to use DOM elements and, well, print things to the web page. So that is going to be a main focus in today's video. Highly recommend you go ahead and check that out if you haven't. Bring my script tag down underneath here. Get rid of the external link. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create 2 p tags. Now, why 2? Because we're going to learn how we can print multiple things to the web page. Basically, that's using 2 document.getElement by IDs and having 2 separate ID names. So this one's going to be called line 1. This one's going to be called line 2. There we go. All right, so first I'm going to go ahead and create a function. So that way, when I click a button, something will be able to happen. So I hope we remember how to create functions. Function, my function, in these quotation marks, and then all of the code goes here. So now in our function, I want it to print some stuff out. So documents.getElement by ID, use the ID called line 1, and then set the HTML to what's up, dear Piggy students. Okay, so basically, if you don't remember what this means, go back and check out the DOM elements video. But basically, I'm saying search the entire document. Find the element with the ID called line 1 and set the HTML to what's up, dear Piggy students. So let me go ahead and do another thing for document.get. I spelled document wrong. Document.getElement by ID line 2. And set the inner HTML to thank you for clicking on the button. So this is just another line of words that should be printed out onto our web page. But we run our code and realize that nothing happens. So why is that? That's basically because we've ran our function, but we've created our function. But did we ever run it? Did we ever tell our function to run? No, right? So this is where we're going to tell our function to get called. We need to tell a function to get run, to get called, before it will actually do anything. So new HTML tag called button, and you're going to give the button name over here, probably assumably saying click me. So now if I run my code, you'll see that a button appears on the screen. That's the HTML button tag. Nothing is going to happen if you click the button. But that's where events come in. Inside of this section, so in over here, go ahead and say OnClick. Basically, OnClick is saying what should happen when the button gets clicked, and then use your quotation marks. Now, in the quotation marks, go ahead and give the function name, as well as the parentheses. So when the button gets clicked, you should run the function. That's what I'm saying over here. So that means that when I run my code, click me, I click it, and what's up, dear Piggy students? Thank you for clicking on the button. That works really well, because OnClick is the event. When the button was clicked, it ran the function, and the function told it to print out these 2 lines of code. So yeah, now we know how to kind of have HTML and JavaScript interact with each other. Pretty cool, right? So yeah, that was the first part. Next thing is going to be very, very similar, except we're going to use the date function. So the date function is a built-in function. For your sake and practice, we're going to get rid of all of the beautiful code I just wrote. And I'm going to have an empty paragraph tag here that is just going to be able to show us the date. So go ahead and create your function using the keyword function. Give date. Our function is called give date, and then use your curly braces. Now in your curly braces, you're going to write your code. So basically, we're going to say document.getElement by ID, use the ID date. Set the HTML to what? Now this is where I'm going to use the date function. The date function is an already built-in function in the program. So JavaScript itself, without even you doing anything, knows what the date function is. And that's going to give us the date. So we've set it equal to the date. Now this is very simple. All we have to do is do our event now to call the function and make sure the function gets run. So again, create your button that says like, click to see date, and then give it an event. What should it do when the button gets clicked? Well, when the button gets clicked, go ahead and run the function called give date. Run your code and click it, and it gives us nothing. What did I do wrong, guys? I need to figure out what I did wrong. Aha! Can anybody spot the error? Well, the error is that I never wrote ID. I said P is equal to dates, but I need to give it an ID. I have to say that ID is equal to date. That was my mistake. Hopefully that was the only one. Run it again, and we don't see the date. So let me go back and take a look at the picture. Let's do some live debugging here. Inner HTML is equal to date. Button on click is equal to display date. I actually don't see anything that I'm doing wrong. Does anybody else see anything? Let me go back. Function give date on click is equal to give date. Document.getElement by ID date, and this element ID is also date. Inner HTML is equal to date. Everything is looking good. What is going on here? Okay guys, so I found the problem, and it's actually very small, and this just shows you how one mistyped word can cause you a boatload of problems. I wrote OnLick instead of OnClick. Obviously nobody is licking the button, hopefully. So we need to, the event name was incorrect. We need to add in that C there. So now when I say click to see date, it does give me the date. So it says Tuesday, January 5th at 7:06 Central Standard Time. That is correct, for me at least, because I'm in Texas. Okay, so we saw how one simple word misspelled could, well, essentially cause me to, well, kind of lose some face on screen, but it's okay. Hopefully that was a great opportunity for you guys to see and not make the same mistake as well. Okay, so guys, in this video, we talked about events, we talked about using the button and the on-click event, which is basically saying what should happen when the button gets clicked. We used functions, which was function and then the function name with the parentheses and then the curly braces. And we learned about the date function and basically learning that printing multiple things to the web page is just creating multiple p tags with different ID names. So yeah, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in next week's tutorials. Bye guys.